The story opens inside a Colorado correctional facility where we encounter inmate Ray Breslin. A fellow prisoner warns Ray that another convict called Jack intends to assault him. The following day, during recreation time, Jack launches his attack in the prison courtyard. Ray demonstrates superior fighting ability, overpowering Jack completely. Guards intervene immediately and escort Ray to a restricted sector housing the institution's most dangerous offenders under constant surveillance. The cell where guards placed Ray featured complete ceiling with access controlled exclusively through electronic password entry. Confined within these walls, Ray immediately began analyzing escape routes. His examination revealed that directly beneath his holding area lay the prison garage containing an emergency fire response vehicle. Multiple days passed with Ray locked inside this chamber. He meticulously studied guard behavior patterns and shift rotations. His observations determined that security officers ascended to the rooftop for cigarette breaks, requiring exactly 7 minutes before returning. Ray concluded this 7-minute window represented his optimal opportunity for breaking free. Determining the door's access code became Ray's primary objective. He devised an ingenious method utilizing the milk carton provided with meals. Ray carefully separated a thin plastic layer from the container and affixed it across the numerical keypad. Fingerprint residue left by guards revealed which numbers comprised the password. Arranging these digits into proper sequence posed no challenge for Ray's analytical abilities. When guards next departed for their rooftop smoking ritual, Ray exited his cell and transmitted communication to his external support team. He instructed them to position near the prison at precisely 4 o'clock the following afternoon and generate a major distraction. Ray's team executed the plan, flawlessly appearing at the designated time and detonating explosive charges outside the perimeter. The blast commanded immediate attention as confusion spread rapidly throughout the complex. Exploiting the chaos, Ray navigated through ventilation ductwork toward the garage level. Prison fire crews mobilized, instantly rushing toward the explosion site. Ray positioned himself beneath their emergency vehicle, clinging to its undercarriage as it exited through the main gates. Beyond the prison walls, his colleagues Hush and Abigail waited to extract him. Law enforcement intercepted them almost immediately. A man named Lester Clark arrived instructing police to release Ray. Lester and Ray returned to the same facility for a meeting with the warden. The encounter revealed Ray's true identity not as a criminal but as a legitimate businessman. Ray operated a specialized security consulting company evaluating prison vulnerabilities. His methodology involved assuming prisoner identity and attempting escape to expose security weaknesses. Successfully breaking out allowed Ray to identify flaws, which his company then corrected through enhanced protocols. Simply stated, Ray Breslin built a career making correctional facilities more secure, and no prison had proven capable of containing him permanently. The following day, at his corporate headquarters, business partner Lester introduced Ray to a woman identifying herself as Jessica, representing Central Intelligence Agency interests. Jessica proposed Ray evaluate security measures at a classified maximum security facility under unusual conditions. Ray's team would receive zero advance intelligence regarding the target prison's location or operational procedures. The proposal generated immediate unease, but Lester persuaded him to accept the assignment. For this mission, Ray adopted a false identity as Anthony Portos, a Spanish national accused of terrorism activities. His technical team surgically implanted a GPS tracking beacon beneath his skin and briefed him on emergency extraction protocols. Should escape prove impossible, Ray could invoke a predetermined code phrase triggering immediate release. Ray's assignment commenced when unknown assailants abducted him from a predetermined location. They rendered him unconscious through chemical injection and surgically extracted the GPS device, preventing his team from tracking his whereabouts. Several hours elapsed before Ray regained consciousness, discovering himself imprisoned within a transparent containment cell. Identical chambers surrounded his position, each holding other captive individuals. Shortly afterward, Ray met the prison administrator, who introduced himself as Warden Hobbs. This unexpected detail alarmed Ray, since briefing materials identified the facility commander as someone named Marsh. Recognizing the discrepancy, Ray immediately spoke his emergency extraction code phrase. Warden Hobbs disregarded the code completely. Meanwhile, Ray's external support team attempted locating his position through standard tracking procedures. Their efforts proved futile, since the abductors had removed the subcutaneous beacon from Ray's body. Inside the mysterious facility, Ray observed that security personnel wore identical uniforms and full face masks concealing their identities. Guards administered beatings to prisoners seemingly at random without provocation. During this period, Ray encountered another inmate named Emil Rottmeyer, who offered friendship and alliance. Emil explained he bore no criminal guilt whatsoever. His imprisonment resulted from efforts by powerful adversaries attempting to extract information regarding his employer's whereabouts through coercion. Emil's employer, an international criminal named Mannheim, maintained status as one of the world's most wanted fugitives, with law enforcement agencies globally pursuing him relentlessly. As Mannheim's trusted lieutenant and closest confidant, Emil faced capture specifically to leverage information about his boss's hidden location. Ray quickly comprehended that this installation functioned not as a legitimate correctional facility, but rather as a clandestine torture operation. Wealthy and influential individuals utilized this secret prison to dispose of enemies through prolonged suffering beyond legal oversight or international accountability. Seeking to gather additional intelligence about his surroundings, Ray formulated a deceptive strategy. He orchestrated a staged altercation with Emil designed to attract guard intervention. Security personnel responded exactly as anticipated, separating the combatants and confining them together inside a specialized punishment chamber. This isolation cell featured intensely bright illumination combined with extreme thermal conditions, making extended exposure nearly unbearable. Surveillance cameras monitored the chamber, constantly allowing Warden Hobbs to observe prisoners suffering in real time. Both men endured confinement inside this torture chamber for multiple consecutive hours. Following their punishment period, a medical officer arrived to assess their physical condition. Examining Ray's injuries, the physician displayed genuine sympathy toward his suffering. Ray attempted questioning the doctor regarding the prison's geographic location, but received no useful information in response. Upon release from the punishment chamber, Ray shared critical observations with Emil. He noted the floor construction utilized steel rather than aluminum and featured bolt fasteners at each corner panel. Ray requested Emil locate a metallic implement suitable for loosening these securing bolts. Soon afterward, Warden Hobbs summoned Emil to his administrative office and commenced interrogation regarding Mannheim's whereabouts. Emil maintained absolute silence, refusing to provide any information despite increasingly aggressive questioning. Hobbs responded with physical violence, beating and torturing Emil extensively. During this brutal treatment, Emil managed to secretly acquire a metal tool piece. Returning from the warden's office, Emil inquired about Ray's escape strategy. Ray explained his analysis of the prison's architectural design indicated underground construction beneath surface level. His plan involved removing floor panel bolts to access whatever lay beneath their containment area. If this provided passage to the surface, they would attempt to escape through that route. Emil agreed to the scheme and delivered the stolen metal piece to Ray. Needing to return to the punishment chamber for extended unsupervised time, they initiated another fake confrontation. The strategy succeeded and guards threw them back into the isolation cell exactly as planned. Concealing his actions from surveillance cameras, Ray began systematically removing bolts securing the floor panels. Upon completing this task, he signaled Emil, who began shouting loudly to monopolize guard attention through the monitoring system. Exploiting the distraction, Ray obstructed camera visibility and pried open the floor access. He descended into the space below and began ascending through a network of pipes and conduits. One pipe fractured during his climb, causing water to spray forcefully into the confined area. Despite the flooding, Ray successfully reached the upper level. Emerging onto the surface, he experienced complete shock, discovering the prison existed not on solid ground, but aboard a massive ocean-going vessel floating in open water. The burst pipe triggered alarm systems throughout the ship, alerting all security personnel. Ray quickly retreated to his cell before guards could locate him. Beyond the prison, Abigail and Hush confronted Lester at company headquarters, reporting Ray's disappearance. They explained Ray's location remained unknown. The payment check for this assignment had been rejected by the bank, and the CIA representative who recruited them had vanished completely. Both Abigail and Hush expressed certainty that Ray faced serious danger. Lester dismissed their concerns, casually stating Ray possessed unmatched expertise, and no prison facility anywhere could contain him indefinitely. After Abigail and Hush departed, Lester placed a telephone call to Warden Hobbs, instructing him to keep Ray imprisoned permanently without any possibility of release. The truth emerged that Lester had deliberately arranged Ray's capture in this illegal facility to eliminate his business partner and claim sole ownership of their security consulting company. Meanwhile, Abigail and Hush refused, abandoning their search efforts for Ray. Their investigation uncovered intelligence regarding an offshore black site prison facility known as the Tomb, where wealthy individuals sent enemies for indefinite torture and imprisonment. The Tomb's exact geographic coordinates remained unknown to international authorities. Back aboard the prison ship, Ray and Emil needed to determine their vessel's position to coordinate rescue. The next day, Ray approached the prison physician requesting location information, but the doctor refused. Ray managed to steal a piece of cardboard as he departed. He intended to construct an improvised sextant to determine their geographic position through celestial observation, which required reaching the vessel's upper deck. Ray and Emil recruited a Muslim prisoner named Javed for this phase. Javed arranged a meeting with Warden Hobbs, proposing to serve as an informant in exchange for permission to perform religious prayers beneath open sky. Hobbs accepted, unaware of Javed's genuine intentions. That evening, Javed ascended to the top deck and used the makeshift sextant to take celestial measurements. After calculations, they determined the vessel floated in Atlantic Ocean waters off off Morocco's coastline. Emil revealed he maintained contact with a trusted associate in Morocco who would attempt rescue if notified. Ray approached the physician again, and this time the medical officer agreed to assist. He transmitted a message to Emil's Moroccan contact providing coordinates and their planned escape timing. The designated escape day arrived with all preparations complete. Javad warned Warden Hobbs that a riot would erupt in the dining facility. Hobbs dispatched most security forces to the cafeteria, leaving only 2 guards at the stairwell. Ray initiated a violent confrontation that escalated into widespread fighting. Amid the chaos, Ray, Emil, and Javad departed unnoticed. They overpowered the 2 guards and seized their weapons. They ascended rapidly, but Hobbs spotted them and activated emergency lockdown, sealing all doors, preventing them from reaching the top deck. Emil's rescue team reached the ship's vicinity but could not locate them. Guards opened fire and Javad sustained serious wounds. Ray devised an alternative approach. He would disable the main power supply to release all electronically secured doors. Ray instructed Emil to protect Javad and proceeded toward the control center. Javad's injuries worsened and he urged Emil to continue without him. Ray terminated the ship's power and all doors unlocked. Emil reached the top deck, but guards pursued and fired from multiple positions. Despite enemy fire, Emil held his position, engaging guards systematically. Javad fought courageously but succumbed to his wounds. Security forces began searching for Ray, who concealed himself inside a water storage tank. Power restored and the tank began filling automatically. Hobbs discovered Ray's location, but Ray forced himself out through an external hatch, plunging into the ocean. On the top deck, guard numbers increased, forcing Emil to retreat. He observed Ray struggling in the water and threw down a rope ladder. Ray climbed aboard the rescue vessel and they directed heavy weapons fire at the prison ship, igniting petroleum barrels. Explosions killed numerous guards and covered their escape. They reached the Moroccan shoreline where a vehicle awaited. The individual exiting was Jessica, stunning Ray completely since she had recruited him for this assignment. The truth emerged that Jessica was Emil's daughter who orchestrated Ray's mission to rescue her father. An even greater revelation followed. Emil was not Mannheim's lieutenant but Mannheim himself. Everyone believed he served as Mannheim's right hand, but Emil used this deception to conceal his identity from enemies. Jessica exposed Lester's betrayal, explaining how Ray's partner plotted to eliminate him and seize their security company. Several days later, Ray reunited with Abigail and Hush, revealing Lester's treachery. Upon learning Ray survived, Lester attempted fleeing immediately. As he entered his automobile, Hush appeared and rendered him unconscious. When Lester regained consciousness, he remained inside his vehicle, now enclosed within a massive shipping container aboard a cargo vessel. The ship's destination remained unknown to Lester. With this suspenseful conclusion, the remarkable story ends. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our channel and like the video.